How many times do how many times did you need to listen for each task? Two or more than two?
Uh, um, I only listen like once for each, but the last exercise takes me 2 minutes.
Mm. Do you feel it's very difficult uh to distinguish the speaker attitudes among bad, good, and neutral?
Để xe đi em vô nhà bên trên đây nó lát à. Vô lát à.
Okay.
Để xe.
Okay. Mm.
Ok, ok.
Mm. Do you have any difficulties distinguish amongst three kinds of attitude: positive, negative, and neutral?
Để mua tí bún gò á, phát quá.
Yeah.
Rồi ok, được rồi, được rồi.
Mm. Okay, I've moved directly to the lesson news and media. And this one. Uh, okay. So first, are you interested in politics?
No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of dry and boring.
Mm. Do you care about which party will rule the country, or it doesn't matter as long as they can bring the best values to the citizen?
Yes, I think that the benefits that brings to the citizen, especially me, uh, it that important the most, not by which party. I think
Mm.
so.
How about the relationship between politics and economies? Which one affects the other?
Yes, I think the politics affect the economics most.
Mm. For example.
Like that some politics that I am a employers and I want to buy something from the foreign country, but the things that I buy must suit the politics of the country so that I
Mm,
can uh, buy that things. But if the product is considered illegal, I cannot buy the thing.
mm. And sometimes the government, according to the uh, powers of politics, government would impose some difficult laws that somehow it may uh, create convenience and favorable conditions to develop some parts of the economic. Sometimes because of the strict regulations, some business couldn't grow and develop and try, try. If they do something against, maybe against the government's regulation. So I think politics would affect strongly on the economics, business and business science and entertainment. As far as I know, that you study logistics, which is one branch of economics, or also kind of business major. So if you changed other majors, would you choose the one in entertainment or science?
Yes, I think that if I had another chance, I would take something about entertainment because I think that I'm an extrovert and maybe being an actor or a comedy would suit me more than science stuff because I'm not good at chemistry or math or even
Mm,
physics. So I will not choose science.
okay. You mentioned actor, comedian, comedian, actor or
Or
comedian.
comedian.
Academic make people laugh and bring joy to the whole audiences. That also make you feel pleased and satisfied, get that job satisfaction. Technology, sport, and business. Which one benefits your modern life?
Yes, is technology
Mm, why?
because the modern life cannot uh, develop or exist without technology. We need
Mm,
technology
mm,
to do machine or I don't know, but technology affect the modern life the most.
mm. Technology, advancement of technology facilitate our life, uh, not only in daily life, but also some economic life. Uh, bring some beneficial tools that can make us gain and develop and survive in the modern society.
Mm.
Do you want to work in the laboratory or you want to work in the uh, office with full of documents?
Yes, I think that working in the office would be so like sound so boring and tired to me, but we need some kind of talent or we need to be very good to work at the lab. So um, yes, I cannot work at the lab.
Consider your qualification. You feel yourself not suitable for that kind of difficult job.
Yes.
Yes. Now we check the exercise, listen to short discussion. So actually, Anna, I would play the recording once, and then you check the script at the same time. After that, give me the answer after the recording stop. Listening track training. Uh,
I think they'll just continue with...
Track 20. Discussion 1.
All I'm saying is that if this government wins the election tomorrow, I think they'll just continue with the same things they've been doing over the last 5 years and make the economic situation worse in this country. People are already finding it difficult to live with prices going up and salaries staying the same.
I don't think they'll win. People have had enough and are ready to vote for a change. I hope they do. If the other party gets in, it'll be like them winning the World Cup.
Discussion 2.
Yeah, I saw it last night. I think it was really good the way that all the characters were actually well developed and interacted with each other. The danger with that kind of film is that the science fiction aspect just takes over, and you get spaceships and battles with aliens who are trying to take over the Earth.
I'm going to see it tonight. I listened to the review on the radio this afternoon and the critic really liked it, which is unusual because he doesn't usually recommend big commercial projects which just aim to make as much money as possible.
Discussion 3.
Did you see that report on the news tonight? The one about the robot football competition?
Yeah, it was quite amazing. I mean, it wasn't like real football, but it is amazing what they can get machines to do with the right programming these days. I mean, those robots can detect the ball as it moves around the pitch and pass it to each other. And that winning goal was like Messi scoring.
Yeah, I can see it becoming a real money-making business, just like the real thing.
okay, number 1. Which topic?
Yes, number 1 is politics. Big
Pol-
politics.
okay. Keyword.
Government and party.
And party. Okay. Number 2.
Is entertainment.
Entertainment. Correct. Keyword.
Characters, commercial projects.
Okay. So objects. Number 3.
Is technology,
Technology. Correct. Keyword.
robot, and real thing. Oh no, just robot.
Okay, robots. For competition, robots. This wasn't like real football. Okay. This kind of programming, so technology. Number 2 last, text 2. Modern art. Modern art. Are you interested in art?
Yes, I am.
What value that art can bring to your life?
I think that we through art we can know more about the history, about the people in the past, or about the trend in the past, like and yes, and art can when we get to know about art, we know that we have many like talented artists that are special and unique, and we also thanks to art, we also have some like special picture like Mona Lisa or the Screaming Lady.
So art also reflects the human development, and art bring the mental value that can make the people life more likely. You mentioned the past history, so art reveals some kind of the story, maybe the ancient people developments life and developments in life. Why do you mention the history? To show the distinctive difference between the past and the modern one.
Yes, I think so. Because I have seen some kind of modern art, and it doesn't look similar to art in the past, and I think that is some difference between them.
Okay. So, example, some kind of visual arts review the past form of life. Then, instead of saving the documents, like books, so modern some works of arts review the civilization. You know this one?
No?
Civilization. Civilization. Civilization in the past, and it's also make contribution for the scientist study in other aspects. Somehow it's relate to other, like it reflects the culture of the people, of the human in the past and now, and it's um, some scientists based on the artifacts. Artifacts, you know this word?
Yes.
Artifact is some objects scientists can found in the past. Artifact to reveal the culture artifacts. We would say this one. Civilization artifacts. This also reflects the human's spiritual life. Or maybe the mental life. Okay. Combating climate change. Do you care about the climate change and what are the impacts of the climate change on the human's life?
Yes, I really care about climate change, especially these days. And I think that, for example, the Earth, especially in our countries like a tropical country, the temperature is getting higher, especially in crowded city like Ho Chi Minh City. It gets 38 or even 40 uh, C degree
Degrees Celsius.
degrees Celsius.
Yes.
I think it affects our health the most.
Why do people do some research? Why do people, humans, should do research on the climate change?
Because to know more about the climate change and to find a way to solve the problem, to deal with the problem.
Climate change can maybe trace the climate change and observe the natural phenomena can help the human predicts some kinds of natural disaster, and people should prepare themselves some possible resolutions to prevent damage as much as they can. Okay, listen one more time and look at the script at the same time to check your answer for both two topics. So totally 6 speakers, 3 for 1 and 3 for 2. I'll listen one more time. Remember to find the keyword that match your answer when you tick at home. When you made at home. 21.
Track 21. Topic 1. Modern art. Speaker 1.
I don't really have much of an opinion about it. As far as I'm concerned, if it appeals to someone, that's fine. If it doesn't, then why should anyone complain about that? Personally, I like some of it, but I'm not really bothered. I can take it or leave it.
Speaker 2.
Well, from what I can see, you have a lot of people looking at it and talking nonsense about how good it is. Then you also have people with too much money and too little sense who are prepared to waste their money on this stuff. It's ridiculous. There's no comparison with the great art of the past few centuries.
Speaker 3.
Oh, I think not enough people appreciate it. They look at it and think, well, my kid could do that. They think that something from the 18th or 19th century is true art, and they don't understand that art develops and changes over time. These artists today are just as skilled and creative as those in the past, and they should be appreciated for what they do.
Topic 2. Combating climate change. Speaker 1.
It's so important that we tackle this issue head on. We can't let it go on any longer without taking action. All the science shows that it's going to get out of control if we fail to act. The government should be supporting renewable forms of energy, and we really need to reduce our dependence on oil and gas. I just wish other people could see that.
Speaker 2.
There's so much nonsense spoken about it. Really, I can't understand why people get so upset about it. They quote all kinds of studies, but they don't amount to anything real. If you ask me, the climate is getting colder, at least in this country. Look at the amount of snow we had last winter. They just want to scare people for no reason.
Speaker 3.
I'm not really convinced either way, actually. I mean, there are arguments on both sides, but I think it's still too early to tell. Yes, we can see that the weather in different parts of the world is becoming more extreme, but if you ask the climate experts, they never say that it's definitely climate change, and just say they need more time to be sure. So that's where I am at the moment.
Number 1, please.
Yes, number 1, the speaker 1 is neutral. Speaker 2
Neutral.
is negative, and
Mm.
the last one is positive.
Okay, show me the expressions that match. Neutral, number 1.
Yes. Number 1, we have the words don't really have much of an opinion and not really bothered.
I'm not really bothered. I can take it or leave it. Okay, yes or no. Okay. Number 2.
Number 2, we have nonsense, little sense, and waste money, waste their money.
Okay,
Ridiculous.
waste their money on this stuff. Ridiculous. Okay, number 3. Positive.
Yes, is develops and changes over time. Skilled and creative should be appreciated.
Okay. Okay. Topic 2, number 1.
Number 1 is positive, number 2 is negative, and number 3 is neutral.
Neutral.
Oh, neutral.
Neutral. Okay. So,
number 1 we have so important and should be supporting renewable forms and
so
reduce
important.
our dependence on oil.
Okay, supporting it to reduce. I
And
wish
wish
other
other
people see
people.
that. Okay. Okay. Number 2.
Number 2 is nonsense.
Nonsense.
Anything real and want to scare people for no reason.
No reason. So nonsense. This means he criticized. Okay.
Yes.
So want to scare people for no reason. It's negative. So last one keyword.
Is not really convinced
Mm,
and
either way. It
uh,
means both sides. Both sides. Too
both
early
sides.
to tell it. To
Oh,
tell. It
mm,
means he didn't have opinions. Exactly the opinions on this problem. Not really convinced. So he didn't think it's good or it's not good. So neutral. Okay, correct answer. Are you interested in traveling into space?
I'm only interested in space, not traveling into it.
Uh, what do you think about a job as astronaut?
It's a very amazing and memorable job. Like,
Mm,
there's not many people can be an astronaut.
mm. It's challenging and do you think it's dangerous? Why do some people still want to become an astronaut working in that extreme working condition?
Yes, because like becoming an astronaut brings more things than a person, a human can do in their life. So
Mm,
when some people they become an astronaut, they think they have some important mission to do
mm,
to contribute to
mm,
the world, to the human community,
mm,
and they don't care much. I think they don't care much about their life. They just want to
mm,
be a part of something important.
mm. Maybe they put their uh, humanity missions over than their over their own put priority on something. Put
Mm,
priority of humans missions than their own life. And
mm,
the kind that when they can explore the space, they feel like they can conquer the most difficult challenge in their life. And of course, they make uh, the significant contributions changes to the human life. Okay.
mm,
Mm. That job is rewarding and satisfying. Rewarding is mean it can bring uh, lots of values. It's worth for them to try. It's worth doing that. Rewarding. They feel satisfied and pleased when they get the target. Rewarding.
mm.
So they discussed three topics: Moon expedition, Mars expedition, and Pluto. We would use this one after we correct number 4. Okay. Now check again and then tell me the answer for number 4. After number 4 followed is the number 3. Listen to and check your answer. Remember, focus on the keyword. So make sure you have correct answer before you tell me the final decision. Track 22.
Track 22.
Hello, Simon.
Hi, Maria.
Okay, what topic do you think we should choose for the project we're starting next week? I think we need to make sure that it's going to last over the next few months so that we can complete the project.
Well, there are several possibilities. Have you heard of the Pluto expedition? The spacecraft is about to arrive there, and it's going to send back pictures that we've never seen before. It should be really interesting.
That sounds like a good idea. What do you think, Dr. Thornton?
Well, I'm not so sure about that one. I mean, it's already been going for 10 years, and I think we should look at something which is planned for the future but hasn't started yet. It would give you a better chance to study it in depth and do far more analysis for your monthly update reports.
I don't think that's a problem. There'll be a lot of coverage on the news over the next few weeks.
That's true. But we really need something to last for a few months. On second thoughts, maybe Dr. Thornton's right. Perhaps we should look at something which hasn't started yet. Isn't there something I heard about a new Mars expedition? I think there's a group of people out in America somewhere who are preparing for a trip to Mars.
Yes, it was in the news last week. They've built a sort of camp in the desert in Arizona. There are 10 people living there for 6 months, just like they would be together on the trip to Mars and after they arrive there.
That'd be ideal. 6 months is just right for you. You could follow their progress and how the project develops. From what I know, the Pluto project is already a success, but with the Mars one, you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, and you can write it up for your final report.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
OK, but before we decide, I'd just like to mention one more. I heard that the Chinese are planning an expedition to the moon.
What? Another man or woman on the moon? That's already been done. I don't think the moon's particularly interesting these days.
Simon has a point. I mean, the Chinese are coming up now, and they've got some new ideas. I don't think they're sending any astronauts. I think it's just an expedition with robots and machines to find the best place to start a colony.
Yes, but I don't think that's particularly interesting. I mean, no one has ever seen Pluto close up, and no one has tried to go to Mars, so I think they'd be more interesting expeditions to do.
You have a point. Perhaps it would be better to focus on one of the other two.
Okay. If you ask me, I'd prefer to see how a group of people get along living together in a difficult situation, like they'll be doing in Arizona in preparation for their trip. I think you'd get far more out of that, but the final decision is yours. What do you think?
I agree. I'd prefer to go for that one.
So that's agreed then. Good. Let's make a start.
Excellent. I'll make a note of that. We'll meet again next Wednesday, and you can give me your project outline. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Okay, so the first one, they mentioned Pluto expedition. Sorry?
Yes. So about the Pluto expedition, I think Simon is positive, Maria is neutral, and Dr. Thornton is negative.
So first tell me, why do you think Simon's is positive?
Yes, I think that Simon is the first one who suggested about the Pluto expedition.
And he said it should be really interesting.
Yes, and
How about Maria?
about Dr. Thornton.
Maria first.
Maria
said the second.
Yes, Maria said that Simon's idea was good, but when she heard about Dr. Thornton, she's also agree with the idea too.
So positive.
Positive.
Simon positive, Maria positive about that. They said that sounds like a good idea, and that's true. This means she expressed her agreement. So both Simon and Maria are positives. How about Dr. Thornton?
So Dr. Thornton is negative.
Negative, correct keyword.
I'm not sure about that. And she said that the project has already been going for 10 years, and yes, and she suggested something that hasn't started yet.
Hasn't started yet, so nothing happened. So negative, correct. Next, who mentioned Mars expedition? Who mentioned?
Is Dr. Thornton.
I don't think so. So Maria. I heard about new Mars expedition. So Maria suggests this one. So we go with, tell me, first three answers, Simon, Maria, and Thompson.
Yes, I think that three of them are all positive.
All of them are positive.
Yes.
Okay, so let's check the details. Maria first.
Yes. I think that Maria suggested the Mars expedition first, so she's positive.
Positive.
And Dr. Thornton said that would be ideal.
Correct. So positive. How about Simon?
Simon said, I don't see Simon express much, but I think he's also positive too. Like he doesn't show anything that against the idea.
He doesn't show his opposition, objection. So here. Okay, but before we decide, I'd just like to mention one more. This means we need to consider another thing to make the final decision. So it's a neutral.
Neutral.
Neutral. Okay. The final answer, Simon neutral, Maria and Thornton are positive. The last one, moon expedition.
Yes, moon expedition. I think that Dr. Thornton is no, I think that Maria first. She's negative on that one.
Tell me all the three answers. Maria negative, right?
Yes.
Simon.
Simon is positive and
Positive.
also Dr. Thornton.
Okay. Also it's so Dr. Thompson. So is Dr. Thompson.
So is
So is subject. So is somebody. So now check. Simon mentioned that he suggests considering expedition to the moon and then make the final answer. This means he is confused between both them. So then Mariana, I sorry, can you hear me?
Yes. Maria said that the project is kind of boring.
I don't think the moon's particularly interesting these days, so it means Maria is negative. Okay, first Maria is negative. Then Dr. Simon, Dr. Thompson.
Yes, Dr. Thompson said that Simon has a point, and and maybe yes, and she said that the place would be best place to start a colony.
So she mentioned the Chinese coming up now. They got some new ideas. I don't think they're sending any astronauts. I think it's just an expedition to find the best place, And then, if you ask me, I prefer to see how a group of this one. And finally, she said, but the final decision is yours. So she agree or disagree?
So she's neutral.
Correct. She's neutral. She didn't make any final expression that she's favored for which one? Okay. So Dr. Thompson is neutral. How about Simon?
Simon is positive.
Positive.
And yes, and Maria is negative.
Maria is negative. That's right. Dr. Thompson is neutral. That's right. And Simon said now. First, Simon suggests expedition to the moon, but he didn't say that he is favor for this one. He just say before make the decision, consider another. Like this means he consider Mars expedition and then moon expedition. And then Dr. Simon said, "Oh, Simon has a point." But after that, Simon said, "Maria, oh, you have a point too." This means that makes sense. That makes sense, and it would be better to focus one of the other two, one of the other two.
Oh, so Simon is neutral too.
Neutral, yes. He didn't make any final decision. So Simon is neutral. How about the final answer for exercise 3? What is their final choice?
Is Mars expedition.
Correct. How can you know that?
Because Dr. Thornton said that she she preferred to see how a group of people getting along, living together in a difficult situation, and Maria agree on that. And so does Simon.
Okay, so does Simon. The group of people mentioned for this one, I heard about the New Mars expedition, a group of people out in America somewhere to prepare trips to Mars. Correct? B. Yeah, good job. You get all 3 correct, right? I need to listen a lot of time to have the final answer for the Mars expedition. We should to focus a lot on this one. Now we move to the next task. It's quite difficult, I think. Continue. Second speaker. Do I ask you finish this one at home? No, right? Okay. So this exercise is pretty easy. Easier than the previous one. Now I give you it's really short. I will play the recording for you to listen once, and if you need the second time, tell me. Okay? So first finish the first one. Listen.
Track 23. Conversation 1.
It looks like the government is going to raise taxes in the budget tomorrow.
Seriously? I really don't see how that could be a good idea. It'll reduce spending and affect the economy without a doubt.
Conversation 2.
They just said on the local news that the bus companies are planning to reduce fares for travel after 10 o'clock to get more people to come into town.
That certainly sounds like it would work well. It would definitely help shops and businesses, as well as the local attractions.
Conversation 3.
Oh no, not again. The air traffic controllers are going on strike. That will cause massive delays at the airports and ruin a lot of travel plans.
Well, to be honest, I'm not really worried. I'm travelling by train for my holiday.
Conversation 4.
It says here in today's paper that the government is going to offer free dental checks to people over 60.
I'm all for that. Anything that helps people take care of their teeth has to be a good thing.
Conversation 5.
There's a report in the sports section that says Athletic are going to buy that Brazilian striker Reginaldo for £40 million.
That much? I can't seriously believe that. I really don't think he's as good as the experts say he is.
Conversation 6.
The government is going to bring more doctors and medical staff from abroad to fill vacancies. Maybe they should try to find more here.
It's all the same to me. As long as they're qualified and speak good English, it shouldn't matter where they're from.
Okay. Do you want to listen again or already get all the answers?
No, we could check.
Huh? One more time?
No, we can check now.
Okay. Number 1.
Yes, is B.
Negative. Number 2.
A positive.
Positive keyword.
Sounds like it would work well.
Correct. Number 3.
Is neutral.
Keyword.
Not really worried.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4 is A positive. Keyword is all for that.
Okay, and for that, and has to be good thing. Number 5.
Number 5 is negative and can't seriously believe that.
Okay, last one.
Is neutral.
The
keyword is all the same to me.
Okay, so it shouldn't matter where they're from. Okay, neutral. Drop 24. Listen again between Maria, Simon, and Thompson. And why Dr. Thompson thinks studying the Mars expedition is a good idea. Okay, short drafts. Listen again and choose. So read the question first because the missions will be successful. Robots and machines will be used to store a colony there. It's a good idea, remember, it's a good idea because, and then students have the chance to study until it ends. Okay, listen carefully.
Track 24.
That'd be ideal. 6 months is just right for you. You could follow their progress and how the project develops. From what I know, the Pluto project is already a success, but with the Mars one, you can assess how successful it is as it progresses, and you can write it up for your final report.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
Okay, but before we decide, I'd just like to mention one more. I heard that the Chinese are planning an expedition to the moon.
What? Another man or woman on the moon? That's already been done. I don't think the moon's particularly interesting these days.
Simon has a point. I mean, the Chinese are coming up now, and they've got some new ideas. I don't think they're sending any astronauts. I think it's just an expedition with robots and machines to find the best place to start a colony.
Yes, but I don't think that's particularly interesting. I mean, no one has ever seen Pluto close up, and no one has tried to go to Mars, so I think they'd be more interesting expeditions to do.
You have a point. Perhaps it would be better to focus on one of the other two.
Okay. If you ask me, I'd prefer to see how a group of people get along living together in a difficult situation, like they'll be doing in Arizona in preparation for their trip. I think you'd get far more out of that, but the final decision is yours. What do you think?
Okay, why? It's a good idea to study the Mars expedition.
I think is C. The students will have the chance to study it until it ends.
Now, tell me the details.
I think that I already know that B is not correct because it's about the Mars or the Moon expedition. And about the first one, she said that will be successful. I don't think so. I think she said that the student can assess how successful the project is as its processes, and they can write it for their final report. So I think C is the answer.
So Pluto project is success, not the mention that the mission will be successful, and assess how successful it is as it progresses. Tiến triển ha, progresses. And then right up for the final report, the answer is C, correct. Good job. Okay. Next. Okay, this one. Have you ever considered becoming a biologist?
Oh, I don't think so, because we have to be very good at biology to become a biologist. And to me, in the past, when we say about biology, I only think of doctors. So I've never dreamed or to only think that I would be a biologist.
Biologist. Do so, in your opinion, to become an expert in one field, which the first condition is that we should study uh, very well, study that subject very well, or we first find our motivation and inspiration that can give us give us the. It means we need to have a passion for something, and then we can finally get our target. First, we should consider our qualification in that field.
Yes, I think that qualification is necessary for getting a good job or to be considered as successful and mastered in some kind of field. But the more important things to me is that you have to be very passionate about what you're studying. Like, not everything is it can
Nothing
be
is impossible, right?
yes, not everything can be teach, and you have to learn it yourself. So you has to be very determined and passion, and you have a big passion for that.
Okay, first you have a big passion for that. You are determined, and that can inspire you to uh, remain remain the fire in your inner motivation, and then you can gradually improve yourself. But actually, qualification is also important. You couldn't make anything that's go beyond your real capacity. Apparently, apparently it seems like it's in that. It's not really for sure, apparently. So give me another example for this one. Apparently, for example, apparently I gradually uh, um, grows a passion in music. Apparently, it's not really for sure. Give me example for this word. Apparently, it seems like.
Seems like oh, and sounds like
That's right. Apparently it means seemingly. You know the word seemingly.
yes, and I know that word.
Okay, so it means apparently. Maybe true, maybe not true. You're not sure about that. Seemingly. Apparently. You can say this one. So give me example. Use an example. Give me one sample sentence that use the word apparently.
Okay. Apparently, I think that I passed the entrance exam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we would use another one. Chief medical. Chief medical officer. Someone who is the head in maybe in one department, specifically in the medical type. Okay. If you had the problem in solving, maybe meeting the deadline, what is the best solution for you to get you overcome that difficult situation? You are about to miss the deadline, to be behind the deadline. Do you think you would delay the task some days later, allow more time to finish that, ensure the quality, or would you choose another option, such, for example, such as sharing the work with more members and then to make sure all of you can keep up with the task? So, which is the best solution do you think when you fall behind the deadline?
Yes, I think that uh, sharing works with people to complete it fast sounds good, but I don't think there will always be someone by my side or like they cannot always help me. So we cannot so I cannot completely rely on that choice. And I think that
Mm,
I think that if I have a deadline, I would try my best to complete it.
mm. You try your best to complete your own task, or you try your best to complete the whole task of the team.
Oh yes, I think that I try my best to only for my job because
Mm,
the team job is a lot, and I don't think other people in the team would agree with my work. So
mm,
I will just do my job.
I have another situation in which you work in a group of four, but one day, you have one day before the deadline, one member gets sick and that member couldn't finish the assignments as given before. Would you divide that member's task into three parts and the rest of the team would cover that task, or you just prefer the task? This means prefer giving the task to the one best, the most powerful member to cover all of that member's task. I mean, assign the best powerful member to finish or deliver the task into three smaller parts, and then other three members of the team have cover. Can you hear me?
Sorry, bị văng á, bị
Yes. Did you get the question?
Yes, I think that if the member cannot finish it, we will just the other teammates will split the works and do it for her. But maybe she will get like we have if we have 9 points for each member, the member that got sick will only have eight, or she will have to do more work for the next project.
Okay. So, how can you solve the problem in which there is a misunderstanding and misconnection between the members, and then as a result, these make the group work less effective? Misconnection and misunderstanding among the members in one team.
Oh, so if we're in a team, I think we would have some times to talk about ourselves first and to get to know each other well, or we have to solve the personal problem before we start to do any work. We should talk clearly to each other first to make sure that the project is made perfectly, is done perfectly.
Okay. So, okay. Another question is, when you work in a group, if you are the team leader, do you state clearly the group's regulations before working together, or you would make up, invent the new regulations when there's the new problem comes up in the team? Set up the rules at the beginning, or just follow the progress and then generate anything or follow the workflow?
Yes, I think that if if my team is like we will have to work together for a long time, and I think that rules for the team is a must because we cannot tell or to handle the problem as soon when it's like accidentally appear. So we have to prepare something first.
Okay. What if one member in the team disagree with the rest of the members' opinion? So would you be neutral in that one and ask all the team members gather together and analyze the good side and the bad sides, and then let them make the final decision? Or um, would you discuss with each member in private, and then you just make the final decision by yourself based on your opinion and experience, and of course combine with all the members' ideas, take considerations carefully?
Yes, I think that first I will gather everyone together and we will have a meetings to talk clearly. But if the member that member is still like hot-headed, I think I would just um, discuss with other members to maybe to make a final decision, or I will try to convince the one that doesn't agree with the group to. I will try to convince them to leave.
And one more thing, actually, because you are a team leader, you should have your own opinion. Of course, you listen to all the members' opinion in one issue, but you are the leader, so you need to lead all the members. Don't make the group go too far, right? Then, after considering all the elements needed to be solved, and then make the final decision by yourself. You are the team leader. You should be determined. You are the one to get the final road for all the members because they believe in you. They believe in you, so They should trust on your decision. First, consider all the elements carefully, including listen to the other members' suggestion, and then if you just keep follow the members' opinion, somehow it's difficult for you to make the final decision shortly and briefly in time. But this promptly. We have the word promptly. This means in time. Promptly. Okay. What if you try to persuade all the members to follow your try to persuade one members that have the different opinions from the rest of the member. You fail to persuade them, so you ignore, or you need to persuade them to agree on your opinion. Until they agree, you just can't make the final decision.
So I think that, yes, if they are not agree with me, I think that I will try to convince them again about opinion, about my thinking, and if they are not still agree, I think that I will maybe consider their idea and trying to figure out what they are about, and we will have a meeting to discuss about that problem clearly to make the final decision equal for everyone, to not upset everyone.
Not obsessed everyone.
Yes.
What do you mean obsessed? What does it mean, this sentence?
Is like not to make everyone feel like they're annoyed or something. To I mean that I want
You
to
mean this word, right?
sacrifice
You
everyone.
mean this word, obsessed?
No.
No.
Is
Offend.
oh no.
No.
Is
O
UPSET
P
UP
S
SET.
Upset.
Uh,
Okay, upset anyone. Determination is one of the important elements, important personality that a team leader should have. After considering it means being a good listener, but at the final time, the final important moment, you should be determined to make the final decision for a team leader. They vote you to become a team leader. They should trust on you, trust on your decision. Okay, they're just the team members. I don't mean I agree. I support someone who make a lot of agreement or just focus or follow one team member's opinions. I would say subjectively chủ quan. Okay, so actually, if there are so many conflicts in the group, it affects the progress and put the team in the danger of missing the deadline. And of course, affects the final result. Okay, now listen to the conversation between Maria. Or why between? Maybe among, right? Among Maria, Simon, and Thornton. 1 month after the start of the project. Okay, so just focus on the correct answer. Focus on the correct answer. It's easier because there are only 2 options for each questions. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Track 25.
I assume you've seen the latest update from the Mars project. One of the people has had to leave the project in Arizona, which is a bit of bad news. It only came out last night.
Oh, really? We missed that. Who is it?
Alfonso, the biologist. That means that they won't be able to monitor the plants they've been growing for food. Apparently, his mother was taken ill, so he decided it was more important to be with her than stay with the project.
His mother's ill. That's a pity. I hope it's nothing serious. Are they planning to bring someone else in, or have they got someone to take over the plant care?
Well, as you know, according to the rules of the project, no one else can come in once it's started, so they'll just have to make the best of it. After all, in a real situation, you can't just call up an agency and get someone else.
I think Carla would be the best person to take over. As Chief Medical Officer, she's had training in biology.
That might be true, but I'm not sure that means she's the best person for the job.
Why not? There's nobody else in the project who's got her experience in that area.
Maybe, but I personally think the best solution would be to share the work. I'm sure they can all learn how to do it, and what's more, they can make sure that if anything else happens to one of them, the others will have a good idea of what to do.
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Thornton. That would be the best solution, but I'm sure they'll announce their plans later.
Right. So now that update is out of the way, let's see what other progress you've made.
Number 1.
Yes, is B.
B. Correct. Explain.
Yes, because Alfonso mom was ill.
Not he. Not his mom. Something's okay. Number 2.
Number 2 is B.
B. Correct. Keyword.
Is no one else can come in once it's started.
Okay. Number 3.
Is B.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dr. Thornton said that they should share the work, and Simon agrees with her.
Okay. Share the word. Share the word. No one person. It's impossible that one person should cover all the tasks in a tight deadline. You're correct. Okay. As a team leader, no, you are not a team leader. We talk about the way how you decide to choose to work with someone and form a group, form a team. So if you know that one person have a tendency to use physical violence to solve the problem and want to use the maybe argumental, this means use the word debates to solve the problem. So which one would suit your working style? One use debate, finding the evidence to support their idea and try to convince other people to believe in that their opinion, and one use physical violence to solve the problem. Which one do you choose?
Yes, I think I would go with the first one because using violence to solve the problem seems stupid to me and time wasting. And yes, and I think I'll go with the first one.
Okay. How about someone with emotional problems? They always put emotional problems interfere the work. Can you understand? This means that is it understandable or is it unacceptable?
Yes,
Put their
I think yes, if like the deadline is not a problem, I think I will try to understand them and give them some time to think about it again. Or if their emotional feelings keeps affect the team, keep affecting result of the project, I think I will tell them to yeah, to be strained to them.
Okay. How about another situation in which a person always put private issues in the group's work? For example, they have some conflict in personal life, and then because of that negative emotion, they always disagree on all aspects of uh, the 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 projects. How can you deal with that?
Yes, I think that if the problem is understandable, I think I will spend time with the person to help them, to sympathize them, to give them an sympathetic ear, or I will try to make them feel like they're safe, or they should not be like this. Like it will affect their work, and the result will make them more upset. So, and yes, that's the thing, that if the problem is understandable, but if they're being uh, annoyed person to affect everyone else in the team, I think that we will put them I will put them away and keep them not in the but do not
Okay.
affect anyone else.
So let's try to solve the problems for the conflicts personally, having a private conversation with them, analyze the good side and the bad side. If they put maybe the negative effects, if they put their own private story in the group's project, that could cause serious damage and impact on the group results. Uh, and actually, if they didn't change, I think the only option is that eliminating them immediately from the group, because it's the group work, not the individual work. And when you work with someone who cannot control their own emotion, who cannot distinguish between the private personal thing and uh, the the group work, so that person wouldn't bring any benefits or make any contributions to the team work. And of course, try to stay away from that person. Sometimes you work in the in the toxic working environment. Try to keep away. Or first, try to control your emotion, and then if you cannot control other people emotion, you cannot control the situation, you need to work with that person. Okay, be patient. If you are a team leader, you can eliminate that members. If what if you are just a normal member working in a team, and the person who do that wrong thing is the manager in your department? So what do you choose? Quit the job or try another, maybe another solution?
Yes, I think that I will maybe first I will try to talk with that person, or if they are keep doing like that, another solution is talking to other team members, and I will try to see if they're on me, or they are like the manager. They are they think that I'm stupid and different, and so in that situation, I think leaving is a must, because when we are in an environment like that, it will change ourselves, and yes, and infect our life.
And of course, as a qualified employee, we put uh, work quality as the first and the top priority. Then working in that environment would affect the work, um, results, look the outcome. So of course, living is a must. Before leaving, I agree with you. Try to make it clear with the manager. If nothing changes, I can leave without any hesitation or regret. Do you um, do you think you can work well with the people who hate you?
Yes, I think that even though they hate me or not, and like if they're helpful for the job, if they can do anything for the job, for the project, or they are not a kind of person that put personal feelings into the job, so then I think working with them is not a problem. Like even though we hate each other, but we have the um same things to agree on.
Same targets.
We have yes, same target. Yes, we have the same target. Then is no matter, no
It
problem.
doesn't matter.
I guess.
Uh, so I give you homework. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Maybe is there only a few words that you don't know or you have been thought you cannot predict in the situation. Try to find the answer based on the words you can listen. Do exercise 10, only one question, 11, and then 12. Huh? Okay, remember, because the IELTS test always makes you confused and put you in difficult situation, difficult mood, in difficult state that always give you a lot of distractions, give you some similar word, but only one word is different. This make that become the wrong answer. So before you read this one, I didn't give you any new words, so try to read and analyze these options carefully. If you can listen twice, it's okay. But if you can try all the answer within one time, once at once, listening at once, so it's very good. But don't. But I think it doesn't matter if you listen a lot of times because you are studying and improve. Okay. So 3, 10, 11, and 12. See you next time on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See you
Thank you.
next
Bye.
time.
See you. Yes. Goodbye. Good night.